I'm so bored. Hello. We need to get right into the business today. It is serious today. And the reason is because I did something I said I wasn't gonna do anymore. The blog. 6 significant reasons to do a digital detox penetrated my soul so deeply that I decided to make a video somewhat in correlation to it, which has caused me to write a blog post about the video. Today, we need to talk about something that we all kind of refuse to face because we just switch to doom scrolling or Fortnite or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. We do not get bored enough. We don't get bored enough. It's an epidemic. It's a pandemic. And I'm very worried for our nation. This week, the digital detox movement really inspired me. And a lot of my work is done from Instagram, so I cannot completely remove myself from the online world. However, I can take some steps in that direction. That's just what I did. So I said, let's set some rules in place to limit my screen time. So here's the thing about me. I have screen downtime every day from 9:30 p.m. to 9:30 a.m. My apps lock. My first course of action, limiting my screen time. I decided 1 hour before bed, no screen time at all. That means no work, no movies, no YouTube videos, nothing. And then I was like, what if I challenge myself to be bored for a minimum of 30 minutes every single day for 2 weeks? What can happen? Like what? I love being a student to life. Let's get it cracking. I need to set some rules in place, like I'm a student in a teacher's classroom, but I'm the student and the teacher. During my time of boredom, no phone, no music, no work, no computer, just vibes. I even considered being like, can I read and write? Like, is that allowed? It's allowed. That honestly brought me to the blog post that's coming out on Tuesday. Day 1, sitting in boredom. I remember this thought specifically. I was sitting in the park and I just thought of this guy. I think his name is Brandon Blackwood. I'm gonna link his TikTok video that I'm referring to below. I was remembering a video that he made where he was working at Buffalo Exchange or something. He didn't really have that much money. His friends wanted to go out, but he didn't have that much money, so he decided to stay in, and he got bored and he started designing a bag online, and it was a bag that he could pick up in New Jersey, and he lives in New York. He spent I think he said he went onto his credit card to buy this bag. Okay, this story, I very much so butchered it, but basically an editor liked his bag that was an editor of Essence magazine. 2 weeks later, his bag is in the magazine. Boom. Changed his life. That thought brought me to the moment of being like, he can't be the only person that has gained a lot of success from being bored. It's time to try my hand. So before I continue on and let you guys know about all the things I learned doing this challenge, I'm still doing this challenge. I completed day 5. Today's gonna be day 6 that I'm gonna do it. And so I have about another week left. Next week, I guess I'll just give you guys how it went. I don't know. Next week is a long ways away, but this is only week 1. You will get the update about the following week. I'm just telling you guys this now in the middle of the challenge, sorry, because I want to stay accountable. I'm gonna give you guys a day-by-day takeaway. And there are clips from my moments of boredom, but they were filmed before or after the boredom. For cinematic purposes, I had to get those clips for you, but I did not break the rules. So day 1, I decided to sit in the park. No phone, no computer, no work, nothing. Sit in the park. And the first couple of minutes, I immediately thought of that TikTok trend right now called the art of noticing. And wow, you guys. I don't know why we're not talking about this, but the trees breathe. The squirrels, they're so active. People literally are at the park just to walk. They're in their casual clothes. They just need to take the edge off, I'm assuming. People are there with their families. They're walking their dogs. Like, it's really like a community-based place. I think it is so beautiful. And I think the craziest part about it is me and like 50 other random people that I've never met in my life all had this same thought. Like, I think my mind was blown a little bit by being bored. Whoa. Another thing that I noticed was there are many leaves on the ground. The leaves are turning yellow, right? But I never really noticed the leaves actually falling off of the branches until my day one of being bored. And I like almost shed a tear. It was so beautiful. It was really like the circle of life. Like when you just take a moment to zoom out from everything that happens in the human diaspora of things, we don't matter. The bills, they don't really matter, like pay them, but they don't really matter. There's so much life going on outside. I could actually tear up if I thought about it long enough. Oh my God, I am a little bit. So day 2, I was coming home from somewhere and it was a little bit late. Hadn't done my 30 minutes yet. I was traveling like home on the bus. Now, this counts. And I'm gonna tell you why it counts, because 80% of people at all times were on their phones. So I had a 38-minute trek home, and this was a lot of people watching. This is a lot of just like me making up stories in my head. I feel like the people that you look at, you can kind of see like when they're just on autopilot, like they're just doing the motions of the day, you know? And I think it's really sad actually. But on a happier note, I did notice people sneaking in through the middle door so they didn't have to pay. And that's one thing I love about New York. These people, they make their own rules. Day 3, I decided to do a 52-minute walk home because I was sitting all day at the coffee shop. And this is where I experienced my boredom. On a walk, no phone, no music, no nothing, no podcast, no nothing. That opens up your mind. So the walk home was low-key one of my favorites. I actually love walking regardless. Usually I'm listening to something. I mean, lately I've been not listening to something. I think my little challenge. Let me know in the comments below if you're gonna try it. Actually, day 2, the walk home, it was quite hysterical to see like people with their windows like kind of rolled down and they're like upset. They honk on the horn, and then the person in front of them like, oh, you honk, I honk. I don't know, they be like revving each other up, and that was quite hilarious. Maybe that's not what was going on, but to me that's what it looked like, and I just could not stop laughing. Another thing, and this is something that I just experienced myself with my friend, biking in New York City. Yes, there are probably many more bike lanes in New York City than any other city, but when there are not bike lanes, like you genuinely have to be on X Games mode. I did it myself. I was biking in the streets of New York. My friend is freaking drifting. You have to be on a different level to do that. And I commend anybody that does that regularly, because like I was a little bit scared for my life, but I did it anyway. The bikers in New York are pretty elite. I noticed very young kids looking like they knew exactly what they needed to do. Like, I was also talking about this recently. The children of New York are very mature. They grow up fast. They know how to get from point A to point B. I don't know. If the children of New York was an energy, it would be Capricorn energy. This is what I love about New York City too. Like, people really step when they go outside. Like, dress up. You're going outdoors, you know what I mean? Never stop. Another thing I noticed, I low-key started meditating a little bit. I was just like walking and I'd be like, right, left, right, left. The background music of like people honking and like construction and like the light like being like, wait. It all became such a flow. I don't know, it was very beautiful. There was a lot of trash on the ground. We all need to come together to do better. That was another sad observation. Day 4.
Okay, so the sun was very much so escaping me, and I didn't keep up with that. So I'm gonna look like this for the rest of the video. Let's disregard.
I ate dinner. I love eating dinner alone at a restaurant. Here's what I don't do though. Be bored and eat dinner at a restaurant. I was genuinely just observing everybody around me. And sitting in the middle of two people on dates, like it was a bar because the restaurant was pretty full. Sitting in between two people on dates, like this one on my right side had to be a first date. The people that were on my left, like in love, like they were like loved each other. And then also there was like chefs like cooking, and it was like the bear, like they'd be like, yes, chef, and like seeing them like chopping everything up and like even watching the water run. Life really happens around you so much. And again, like we all decided to go to that restaurant at that time, that night. Insane. Hey y'all. Okay, day 5. I did try this at home. I'm glad I did it. Staring at 4 walls in this room, it's truly like your thoughts are playing racquetball in your brain. I've never thought so much in my entire life. It wasn't overwhelming or bad. It was just like nonstop. When I decided to just take a moment and zoom out of that and just look at how like the sun is moving through my room. Well, it wasn't this sunny at the time. It was cool to see we're really in the axis right now. And then Zoe, like we were just like staring, like eye contact for like 3 minutes straight. It was so cute. I was watching her watch me watch her. I do feel like we were communicating probably. And that one I definitely did for just 30 minutes. And I'm gonna continue to update you guys on my journey of scheduling out some boredom. I really think it changed my outlook on a lot of things. Our outlooks on things get changed, but I think they kind of, you forget. Maybe every like 6 months, I will do this challenge again to be like, let me be bored. Let me see what I forgot. Let me see what I can pick up on. Let me see how I added to my knowledge. I'm still going. This isn't the end. If you guys decide to like be bored every day for a little bit, tell me like, can you stand it? Do you hate it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Like, I want to know your thoughts. If you haven't already, please go follow sundaymorningjuice.com, my blog. Stay up to date, add your email so you can get my emails every time I send a blog post. The newest blog post is called, How Boredom Leads to Success. This video and that article will pair 1 and 1. It'll be different, it'll be less from my experience. So maybe if you're into this, go give that a look. My mocktail recipe ebook, Skip the Spirit, Savor the Soul, is out. You can get it from my stand store. Linked below, Sunday Morning Juice link below. The new blog post. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. So that's all she wrote. Goodbye.